We are about to witness a Xenomorph massacre. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, a fan of Alien Earth, hit that subscribe button. I talk about it all the time on this channel with you. Want to hear your thoughts on the series in the comments down below. Do you have a favorite character, least favorite character? What are you enjoying and not enjoying so much in this series? This is our first preview of episode 5 coming up this Tuesday. Can't wait to see that. We'll have another one later in the week leading more into it as well. Loving this show and where it's going. And episode 5 is going to be a flashback. You knew it was coming at some point. These series, they love to do flashback episodes, but episode 5 is an intriguing one to me because as series have proven over the last few years, the 5th episode in these shorter 8, 7, 8, 9 episode seasons, episode 5 seems to be the one where all hell breaks loose. And this trailer proves that this is going to be no different on Alien Earth. When Alien Earth returns with episode 5, everything changes because for the first time this season, we're leaving the fractured chaos of Earth and heading back into space, back to the doomed USCSS Maginot. And that means we're about to get the purest taste yet of what this franchise has always been about. The trailer all but confirms a full flashback, a bottle episode that traps us in corridors of metal and steam stripped of sunlight and society, where the old motto, crew expendable, sits in the air like a death sentence. The preview gives us flickers of gunmetal hallways, alarms bleeding into silence, pounding fists on sealed hatches, and the unmistakable rhythm of a ship slowly realizing that something has gone horribly, irreversibly wrong. For anyone who thought Alien Earth was drifting too far from its roots, Episode 5 looks to slam us right back into the analog nightmare Ridley Scott etched into pop culture back in 1979. This flashback doesn't just serve as a horror set piece, it's the missing chapter that explains how we got here. We've been told about the Magino in fragments, how it carried specimens, how things went wrong. But now, by reliving it, the show can finally answer what the ship was really doing. Was it a corporate ark hauling experimental bioweapons? Was it transporting eggs harvested in secret? Every hint so far suggests that the Magino wasn't some random howler caught in the wrong place. It was designed to be a crucible. Speculation is running rampant all over that Weyland-Yutani or its shadow contractors were deliberately running containment drills, valuing the cargo more than the crew. If that's true, then we'll see in episode 5, it's not just a disaster, but a sanctioned test, another experiment with human lives as the disposable variable. That theme has always haunted Alien, but in Howley's vision, it's being sharpened into the show's central thesis. Humanity is the infection vector, not the victim. Think about where episode 4 left us. Wendy, once Marcy, now a consciousness mapped into a synthetic body, didn't just sense the alien presence, she actually communicated with it. The embryo screamed, the language was there, and suddenly the impossible felt inevitable. Wendy has become something no one anticipated, a bridge, a conduit, maybe even a proto-queen. If you rewatch the closing minutes, you'll see her body lean in, her voice shift into the alien rhythm. The perfect setup for a flashback because the Magino is the place where this line of research began. Episode 5 is where we're going to learn whether Wendy's gift is a mutation, an accident, or the logical endpoint of a corporate project decades in the making. Kersh is the wildcard. From the pilot onward, he's carried the same unsettling DNA as every synthetic we've ever seen in the franchise. Ash with his hidden directives, David with his warped sense of creation. He wears the face of a mentor, the steady scientist, the voice of reason who talks about progress as though it's worth any cost. But you can feel the mask slipping. But the more time we spend with him, the more it feels like there's something waiting underneath that calm. Did he play a part in shaping the technology that lets Wendy hear the aliens? Or does he simply understand it better than he's letting on? Did he stand by while Marcy was turned into Wendy, treating it as a neural step forward rather than a theft of her life? What makes Kirsh dangerous isn't evidence we can point to. It's the absence of it. The way he's silent. The way his silences linger just a little too long. If episode 5 starts peeling that back, then the shape of his role becomes clear. He's not just a caretaker, not just a company man. He's a philosophical counterweight to Ripley herself, a figure who believes survival isn't the goal, because survival means staying the same. For Kirsh, the point is transformation, no matter how violent, no matter how unwilling. And if that's true, then the side he's chosen may already be set, and it's not one humanity would ever choose for itself.
It's right in front of you.
The trailer cuts give us another clue. We see Morrow in the mother chamber, alarms blaring, crewmates begging for their lives outside a sealed door. That is classic alien iconography. And it tells us the episode will hinge on decisions that pit empathy against protocol. Morrow's loyalty has always been to procedure. If he repeats the cold calculation of crew expendable, it will confirm what the Magino is really about. This isn't going to be a monster of the week. It's going to be the morality play where every welded door and every motion tracker ping is a commentary on the system these people serve. But the real heart of this flashback might not be the Magino crew at all. It might be what Wendy remembers. One theory, Marcy's death was engineered, not just as an accident, but a carefully timed event meant to stop her from realizing that Wendy was her copy, or worse, her merger. Episode 5 could bring memory bleed through. Imagine Wendy seeing rooms she never set foot in, recalling smells of engine oil and cold steel she shouldn't know. That would prove her link to the aliens isn't random. It's the byproduct of human upload experiments carried out in those same corridors. If that happens, Wendy isn't just a survivor. She's the living echo of every terrible decision made on the Magino. Tone-wise, expect something very different from the sprawling chaos on Earth. This trailer hints that this hour will be structured like a traditional horror film, contained geography, minimal cast, a slow ratchet of tension. Motion trackers will tick louder, the lights will strobe, the kill chain will tighten until the audience feels like the next body waiting to be split open. It's not about spectacle, it's about claustrophobia, and about showing us how far the company and its agents are willing to go long before Cavalier arc back on Earth. If the series has been juggling philosophy and horror, this is the moment it lets horror take the wheel. Still, don't expect to be just blood and screams. This flashback is also where the themes crystallize. Alien Earth has obsessed with Peter Pan. Boy Cavalier's dream of children frozen forever, bodies treated like IP that never ages, fairy tales turned into nightmares. Episode 5 is where that obsession collides with the alien itself. Kids who never grow up meet a species that never stops evolving. That is the perfect metaphor for Magino's cargo. The fairy tale ends here, and that sets up the rest of the season. If episode 5 confirms that Wendy's ability was designed, not accidental, then the final chapters become a showdown between what she chooses to do with it. Will she evolve past Prodigy and the aliens into something neither side anticipated? Either way, this flashback is the hinge. It gives us the origin story of not just the alien, we already know that, but of humanity, humanity's arrogance. The belief that you can capture evolution in a box and weaponize it. Alien Earth drops its new chapter on Tuesday in North America via FX and Hulu, with Disney Plus carrying it overseas shortly after. If the buzz is right, episode 5 may be the hour that wins over every skeptical fan. The episode people will point back to as proof this series understood the franchise's DNA. It's a horror film inside a prestige drama. And it's about to remind us that this universe, the monsters aren't the ones in the shadows. They're the ones that open the airlock, the ones who write the directives, the ones who see people as assets. The aliens just finished the job. So that's all. Enjoy this flashback episode on the Magino where corridors echo with screams, where Wendy's identity fractures even further, and where we finally learn whether Kersh is a protector, a betrayer, or something more terrifying. If you thought you knew where Alien Earth was headed, think again. The past is coming back, and it's carrying a cargo hold full of answers we may wish had stayed buried. That's all I wanted to say about Alien Earth Episode 5 leading into it this week. Can't wait to see what we're going to get. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you stopping by. Give us a like and a subscribe. And until next time, may be the master of your own universe.